Happy hump day, as we say here in the US. It's the middle of the work week for most of us, so I hope that you're doing well. This is the Data Roundtable where I host a space for all of us as data professionals to come together and talk and share and just kind of let me know what you're working on. Let each other know what we're working on, right? What are you reading? What are you coding? What are you excited about? What has you worried? What has you mad? This is a place for it. So please let me know that you're out there. Let me know what you'd like to talk about. I'm here for as long as there is discussion, and who knows where that discussion is going to take us. I walk in here with no agenda, so we'll see. We'll see what people want to talk about. We'll see what's on people's minds, what people are thinking, what people are doing out there. Just let me know how you're doing, and we'll see where the conversation goes. Today I am working on a couple of different follow-ups from all of my client calls. I've had a lot of client calls this week. So it's been good to kind of, move forward with different people on that. I had a couple of I can't talk today. Introductory phone calls with potential clients, potential people that are applying to be a one-on-one coaching client with me. Some of those calls are very interesting as far as seeing what people are up to and what their hopes and dreams are as a data professional. So I enjoy having those conversations, even though I may not end up choosing to work with everyone. It's always good to see what people are out there doing. I am also going to have another client call this morning, and then I'm going to go out and do some of my own personal errands. That's the beauty of being self-employed. I can go do my personal errands whenever I want. So I'm going to choose to do some of that this morning and, see where that goes. But none of that is going to happen until I finish all of my streaming. I do the streaming first on YouTube at 1500 GMT. And then I go over on Instagram whenever this is finished. So feel free to catch on either one of those. Denelson's in the chat. Denelson, how are you, my friend? Good morning, Sir Dennis. It's been a while since I've been here. Hope you've been doing well. I've been doing great. How are you, my friend? Welcome back. Yeah, it has been a while. How you been? I know you're based in LA, so let me know how you're doing. Let me know how everything is going out there and in your work and hopefully with your family is good, everything. But yeah, Denelson, so good to see you back, my friend. So Denelson, I think you've been here since the new format, but this is the Data Science Roundtable format where all discussion is welcome. I have no preset agenda. We come together, we talk as data scientists, we ask questions, we listen, we give each other feedback. We, basically just try to help each other out. So if you want to get heard and get good advice by people like me and good people like Denelson, this is the place for it. So let me know what you're working on. Let me know what you guys are up to and see where the discussion takes us. Later today, I'm also going to spend some time looking at some of the videos that are coming out of some of the AI hearings that are going on in Washington, D.C. today. Another great supporter, Leo, sent me some of that this morning. So definitely looking forward to seeing what's going on there. Obviously those are very high level discussions, so, not very technical, but as a data professional, it's always good to keep up with what's going on, at all levels of the industry, right? So I will look forward to looking at some of those items just for my own education and just for seeing where those things are headed at a high level, right? Also, CES season is coming up. The registration for CES just opened earlier this week. So if you qualify, feel free to make sure you sign up for CES. That's always so much fun. So many things to look at there. So really looking forward to bringing you guys content from CES again this year. So Denelson says, work has been busy, a lot of restructure and very low staff. Okay. I do have some good news. I've been able to join a data analyst apprenticeship, and I'll hopefully be starting either next week or the week after, just waiting on confirmation for my start date. Oh, very cool, Denelson. Congratulations. Who is that through, Denelson? Like, is that like something like as a second job? Like, are you going in person for that, or what exactly is that? I haven't heard of an apprenticeship program, or maybe that's something you're doing through a school program. Congratulations, that sounds promising. Let me know how I can support you in that. But yeah, there's definitely a on-the-job training aspect of data science that needs to happen, right? So if there is some sort of hands-on apprenticeship that you're doing, Denelson, good for you. Good for you. That's excellent. In case that's not available for those of you in other parts of the world or in your region, I do also offer one-on-one coaching that is similar to an apprenticeship in the sense that I custom tailor all of my tutorials, discussions with you. Anything I send you is specifically for things that you are looking at in your data science journey. So people's interests are going to differ, people's careers are going to differ. So I tailor everything to exactly where you are in your particular journey. So if you're interested in that, please let me know, or you can find it in the link in my bio. I've recently redone all of my contact pages so that that there's some survey forms that you can fill out to get in better contact with me. Denelson says, it's through the Department of Labor and it will be done virtually. They are going to be also checking if I apply what I learned to the organization I work for every quarter. Oh, very nice. Okay. So it's intended to be like in conjunction with your daily work. Good for you, Denelson. That sounds like a promising opportunity, man. Congratulations. So yeah, that sounds really good. Good for you, man. Let me know how that ends up progressing for you. So if they're checking on you every quarter, I'm assuming that this program runs for at least a year then? I mean, that's kind of the understanding I'm getting from that statement, Denelson. But yeah, I mean, that sounds like a very promising setup. So good for you, man. Good for you. Manoj, my good friend Manoj, how are you, my friend? It's been a little while since I've seen you in the chat. I know we're in contact in other ways, but it's in the chat. This is good to see you. Good morning, Sir Dennis. Greetings from Bangalore, India. Happy Wednesday to everyone. Yeah, happy Wednesday to everyone indeed. It's the middle of the week. We made it to the middle of the week, so, we got to finish strong, right? Anonymous One says, hi, welcome. I think it's your first time, so welcome. Somebody who is not his first time is Casual Economist. How are you, my friend? Casual Economist says, hey, Dennis. Hey, Casual Economist. Nice to see you. Hope you're doing well. Hope everything is good in Minnesota out there. It's definitely cooled down for me, so I can only imagine how much colder it is in Minnesota. This morning when I went out to walk my dog, I almost needed a jacket. It was just just crisp enough where I didn't need a jacket, but it was borderline, very borderline. So parts of the U.S. are definitely cooling down for it. So hope you're doing well out there, Casual Economist. Anonymous One says, yes, sir. Okay, good. Anonymous, welcome. I'm glad that you found us. Anonymous, whatever time this is in your time zone, feel free to keep on coming back. I tend to stream at this same time every day. So feel free to come back, and if there's anything we can help you with in your data career, this is the place for it. Manoj says, you're looking good, Sir Dennis. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. I'm feeling good. Today's a good day. I got my little chai latte, my little pumpkin spice chai latte. I haven't had a chai tea in a while, so I changed things up today. But yeah, I'm feeling great. Thank you. I'm doing great. How are you, Sir Dennis? I'm doing really good. Really good. It's going to be a good day today. I got a couple of calls I got to take care of today, but it's going to be a good day. You got to be positive, right? My day is just starting, so you got to be positive at the start of your day, right? Anonymous One says it's 8:30 p.m. Okay, so that means you must be in Asia, Anonymous. You must be somewhere in Asia if it's 8:30, or maybe the Middle East. But yeah. Anonymous One says, what's your WhatsApp number? What's my WhatsApp number? What's your WhatsApp number? What kind of question is that? I'm sorry, Anonymous, but only my coaching clients get my WhatsApp number. I know some of you in the chat have my number, but What's my WhatsApp number? Why don't you post yours first? Casual Economist says it's actually going to be 80 for a week or so. Nice, nice. Um, that's actually warm. Yeah, that's really warm for you guys. For us, we are not going to get above 85 for like the next 10 days, which is great, right? Because we were like at 120 like 2 weeks ago, right? So yeah, it's pretty nice out here. It looks like it's going to be a little bit more warm for you yet, Casual Economist, which is really weird because you're so much more north than I am. So who knows? The world is a funny place, right? Chiragi, I think it's Chiragi, says hi. Hey Chiragi, how are you? Welcome. I'm pretty sure it's your first time. Welcome. So Chiragi, you have stumbled across the Data Roundtable, where we come together as data professionals and we just talk. So if there's something you want to share about your data career or things that you're reading or a good article or a great AI tool, this is the place for it. There's no agenda. Anybody can speak up at any time. So thanks for being here, Chiragi. But yeah, as I was saying, I'm going to be looking at some of these hearings that are going on in DC right now. Like I said, somebody was really nice enough to send them to me, but I want to take a look at what's going on there. We should all be interested in what's happening in terms of regulations around AI and what they mean for the future, what they mean for growth, right? Because regulations can either create or inhibit growth, right? So we should all be concerned about that as data professionals, right? So I am looking forward to seeing what's going on there. So if that's something that interests you too, if you like keeping track of the industry at that level, then I highly recommend that you check out some of the replays that will undoubtedly end up on YouTube, sometime today. But yeah, that's what I'm doing to improve my day or improve some of my data skills. What are you doing today to improve your data skills? What are you up to? What are you doing with your data skills today? Casual Economist says, what conference? So Casual Economist, this isn't a conference. There are some hearings going on in DC right now, like on Capitol Hill, with a focus on AI regulation, right? Do we need more? Do we need less of it? And from the little clips that I've seen, it looks like everyone is leaning towards less regulation on those companies because you don't want to inhibit the growth. And in theory, that can be good, but what privacy are you giving up, right? Consumers usually don't come out well when it's that type of a decision, right? Like consumers usually lose in those types of scenarios, right? So that's what I'm referring to, Casual Economist. It's hearings that are going on in Capitol Hill. It's not a conference. It's actual, research hearings that they're having around that topic. So, yeah. So like I said, if you want to track that at that level, it's usually good to do that, and kind of helps you figure out who are the winners and losers in that type of discussion, right? So yeah, my fear is that consumers usually don't do well in those discussions, but we'll see, right? I shouldn't let that bias shade me ahead of time, right? That's not good. Siddhant, our good friend Siddhant is back. Siddhant says hi. Hey Siddhant, how are you? Nice to see you again. I know it's not your first time, so welcome back. But yeah, so that's what I'm going to be doing today. What about the rest of you guys? You don't want to share what you're doing today? How are you guys advancing today? Siddhant says, have you seen the tech CEO's interviews with Trump? I have not yet. I'm assuming you're referring to the dinner that happened a couple days ago. I have not sat through those replays just yet, but I will. It's on my watch list. I have a very long watch list of things that I'm always trying to keep track of. But thanks for that reminder, Siddhant. Yeah, I normally do not have a positive impression of the majority of tech CEOs out there. So I definitely have it on my watch list, but I'm not necessarily gonna have a positive result. But like I said, I shouldn't say that. That's my own bias coming out. I should be more open-minded. I know. But yeah, so I'll definitely be looking at that, Sadan. Again, thanks for the reminder. So let me know what projects you guys are working on. What tools are you exploring? A couple of my friends have kept insisting that I need to try Nano Banana. Have you heard about this one? Apparently, Nano Banana is like phenomenal at photo editing. So I need to kind of get up to speed on that because I think some of that stuff is really interesting. Some of that stuff has a lot of really broad appeal, and there's something to be said for that, right? There's something to be said for creating tools with broad appeal, right? There's both upsides and downsides to that, right? But there's something to be said for it. So yeah, let me know what tools you guys are working on or anything else you guys are looking at. But that's kind of what's going on my end. Obviously, there's also various world events to look out for. So that's something that I think I'm also tracking on a pretty good basis. But let me know what else you guys are working on. Siddhant says, I'm working on data sets related to health, like heart disease analysis, pharma reactions using different algos give somewhat different results and prediction. Okay, so Siddhant, good for you. Good for you for tackling on that type of data. Heart disease analysis, pharmaceutical reactions, that's nice, that's very cool. Different algos give somewhat different results and predictions. Okay, so what can we do about that, right? You're coming across something that's fairly standard, right? But now, what can we do about that? What are some of the things that you can normalize to help you with that, right? I think there's things that you can do there still. So, what are your baselines? What are the predictions that are actually valuable to you? Not all predictions are valuable, right? Not all predictions are groundbreaking, right? If it's cloudy and cold out, it's not. You're probably not impressed when I predict that it's going to rain, right? So let me know. Let me know there, Siddhant. Anonymous says, what is the future of data analytics? Very, very heavily driven by AI. That's the quickest answer I can give you, Anonymous. Prompting skills will be very, very valuable in that field in the very, very near future. Denelson says, just looked at the CES website. It looks great. Might end up going. Yeah, Denelson. I mean, CES is so much fun. So much fun. I also like it because all aspects of data science and AI are there, right? You have the companies that are developing algorithms. You have the vision people. You have the robotics people. You have the automated vehicle people. You have the startups. Like everything is there, everyone and everything. So it's great. It's great. Bring your walking shoes though. It's a huge show, and you gotta just constantly keep moving. Like if you're somebody with ADHD, CES is like perfect for you because you can just keep on going all day. So yeah. Siddhant says, I always like to work on health and data intersection. Can you give some suggestions? I am simply curious to do them. Well, look, if you're curious, you don't need my guidance, right? Just follow your curiosity. Because if you're curious, that means you're pretty good at coming up with questions, right? And if you can come up with questions, questions are a pretty good basis for theories, right? If you can come up with a good question usually becomes a good theory or hypothesis very quickly, right? So Siddhant, I think you're doing just fine on your own. Just keep on asking questions, right? What are some of the questions that you can gain from your data? Just keep moving forward in that direction. I think you'll be fine. So just keep on asking questions. Keep on asking questions and make sure that your insights are valuable, right? That's very important in data science. Something else that would be important in that type of scenario too, Siddhant, would be make sure that you're also working on data that you're going to have available to you ahead of time at runtime, right? Very, very common mistake to make in data science. Siddhant says, how about using AI bots for questions? Are they reliable? Sure. Just don't get the questions from the AI bots. Ask the AI to guide you. Ask the AI to think about a potential framework, right? Like that's one of the little tricks that I use. I never ask for AI for an answer. I ask it for a framework to get to an answer. And in that process, it should give you some pretty good things to think about, right? Some things that'll make you think and be like, oh yeah, okay, what if I did this, this, and this? You don't want the AI to do the thinking for you, but it's okay for it to spark the thought in you, right? So that's how I would go about it, Siddhant. Think about it in terms of guiding you, not doing it for you. And then if you do it that way, then they're super reliable, right? Because you're the one ultimately making the final decision, not the AI. Siddhant says, thanks, I love the framework advice. Yeah. I mean, that's what I think is just the best way to go about it, right? People complain about the hallucinations or the AI slop or whatever else because they're asking the wrong questions, right? So that's what I would tell you, Siddhant. Okay, guys, I'm gonna hop over on Instagram because I do have to cut off all my streaming today in half an hour. But yeah, so thank you so much. Great questions today. So good to see you guys. Manoj, Siddhant, Casual Economist, Denelson. Thanks so much for being here, guys. Really, really good seeing all of you. So as always, please take care of yourselves, take care of your families, and I will catch you guys again tomorrow.